Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Peachy and this is Plant and Style. In today's video, I'm going to talk about LECHUZA-PON and my personal experiences with it and why I have transferred over 200 plants into this substrate. First up, what truly is LECHUZA-PON? LECHUZA-PON is a German product and it's an inorganic substrate substitute for soil. And I'm not sure if the word PON has been patented by them, but that's still what the DIYers use to describe it. It's still called PON, so we're going to call it that for now. And so yeah, it contains 4 different main ingredients. Number 1 is lava rock. Lava rock is used for aeration within the substrate. And then number 2 is zeolite. Zeolite is a pH buffer, so you don't need to adjust the pH level of your substrate or your water since it neutralizes it. And another job that it does well is it actually absorbs toxins within the substrate. So that's good news. Number 3 ingredient is pumice. Pumice is another volcanic rock that is crushed into smaller pieces, and it actually has tiny holes that is responsible for absorbing the right amount of water or moisture and nutrient that your plants need. And the 4th and final ingredient is synthetic fertilizer. And since it is an inorganic substrate, it does need fertilizer to supplement your plant's nutrient needs. Now that we got that out of the way, we can talk about why I love it so much. So basically, it just makes my life easier as a plant parent. If you have massive collection just like me, then I highly recommend this is what you need to make life or plant chore easier and doable. So you're probably wondering what possessed me into moving over 200 plants into LECHUZA-PON, and my favorite reason is no more fungus gnats. I mean, I had an infestation once and all it took was just one gnat and it multiplied like crazy. I've used those yellow sticky traps, but seriously, let's be honest, they're just gross. Like, when it comes to style, they just ruin the ambience of a supposedly cozy planty place. It's just not for me. I mean, if you're okay with that, I guess you do you. But since this channel is all about plant and style, I just wanted to address that. It's not pretty. So LECHUZA-PON solved that problem for me and I couldn't be happier. So it's been a couple of years since I transitioned all of my plants into LECHUZA-PON, and so far it's just done so well for me. And you cannot beat also the fact that it's so effective with self-watering pots. And yeah, that just saves a whole lot of time. I can leave my plants for a month. I've done it 3 weeks, but I know I can do a whole month without having to worry about killing them. And if ever I need to do that, it's just easier to just ask someone to fill your reservoir, rather gauge if the plant needs watering or not. You know, so that's a plus. One of the problems that will probably arise with LECHUZA-PON is the availability. I understand that not everyone has access to it. I'm just grateful that I have a supplier locally, so I don't have to worry about that. But for some people or other places may not be available. I understand that you can now purchase this from Amazon for $40, which is actually cheaper than what I paid for when I purchased them on their website. It can be a little expensive, but it really depends on your personal circumstances. So for me, I don't mind it because long term, I think that it will save me money because pon is reusable. You just have to make sure to boil it, to sterilize it, and to add fertilizer because the fertilizer will no longer be effective after boiling it. You can also try to DIY it though, but I did this once. I tried it and I used it on my common plants and it rotted overnight because obviously even though we have the ingredients, I mean it's written in a bag, we don't necessarily know the right proportion of each ingredient because that's their business. They're not going to tell us that, which makes it a little bit more challenging to do it yourself. I mean, in my experience anyway. So I haven't since tried it again after that first failure, and I also don't have the need to do it myself anymore. So the amount of time you save using this product is amazing. It's nothing compared to if you were to use soil. The challenging part is probably during transition from different substrate into pon because sometimes the plants will go to stress and it will show on your foliage on your plant, but that's just normal. It will take time for them to get used to the new substrate, but over time when you do it correctly, it's well worth it. I think if I was able to do it, anybody can do it for sure. It's very straightforward. It takes time and practice, and you might have to lose a few plants here and there, but you can just propagate it, and I think it's well worth it if you get the hang of it. Highly recommend it. And for the plants that do not transition well or that I cannot use in pon, I just don't need them in my collection, you know. There are definitely a lot of plants that will do well in this substrate, and yeah, that's just how it's gonna be in this house. So I also am going to unbox a few pots that I received from JOFAMY in this video, so I hope you guys don't mind that. I do have coupon if you want to save 15% off. The code is Peachy 15P. I will leave the link in the description box down below so you can check them out. And I will also be repotting a few plants that are in different substrates just so you can see how I do it, and I hope you enjoy. Before we could proceed to repotting in pon, we need some pots, and luckily I have a collaboration with JOFAMY, and they kindly sent me some pots, and I am very grateful for it. I do have a discount coupon, 15% off, and that is Peachy 15P if you guys want to save on beautiful pots. So here we are. Let's start with one, because I literally can't even do this chore during the day sometimes because my daughter is she's just getting in everywhere, and I have to keep a closer look. You cannot just, you know, blink literally, because it's just been eyeing my plants and playing with the pon in the pot. So it's getting real. Oh yeah, this is such a cool pot, and this is my number 3 of the same kind because I just love it. I love it so much. It is available. I have all the links in the description box down below. And then next, and oh my goodness, this is so chic, super chic, minimalist and modern. So that's one, and I'm gonna put this strainer down here. Oh my gosh, oh my goodness, this is so perfect because my plants are growing and this is such a good deep size pot. Look at this, it's a shallow little pot. It's perfect for my string of things that I actually need to repot, and it comes with plugs as well. The color is like blush. I'm starting to incorporate some neutral colors in my collection of pots since I have gotten access to beautiful pots like this ones. And perfect, I definitely need this pot. And number 3, super awesome. Oh, I love this. So 3, it's a set perfect for succulents, which if you guys do not know, I do have hundreds of succulents in my front yard as well. So cute. What? Look at that. Oh, my daughter will probably love this. I think I can put my Hupersia plant in here. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you so much, JOFAMY. Once again, you guys, if you want these pots, I have the link in the description. Oh, this one's a little loose. The plug is a little loose. We might have to fix that. And wow, this set, like, they will look perfect all together in like one shelf, I think. But we'll see. We're gonna have to see which plants I'm going to put in here in a minute. So yeah, that's it. I think that's it for tonight. I'm not gonna be able to repot tonight, obviously, because it's already midnight, but I just wanted to film this part of the video, and I'll see you guys in the morning. The first plant that we need to repot is this. This is Monstera Browmarks Flame, and as you can see, there is already root coming out of the bottom, and it's looking like it's getting damaged already, so it is definitely time to repot it. It's still in moss, and yeah, we are going to transfer this. So first, I'm just trying to pull it out of the pot as careful as possible, and try to remove all of the moss that is attached to it. It's rooted nicely. There's aerial roots over there and down here as well. That's really nice, and I'm glad that I'm repotting it now because we don't want it to grow in the moss too much and get attached to the moss. So that's it. I have rinsed it with just some water, and I am going to use, this is just a soup container that I put holes all around for some drainage, since this is the first time I'm transferring from moss to pond. I'm going to water it from the top as if I am using soil. So I'm gonna use this drainer that came with the JOFAMY pot, and I'm just gonna cut along the sides so I can squeeze this in. I am also using a homemade moss bowl. This is just a piece of plastic that I've received for free in my plant group community, and I burnt holes so the roots can have access to the moss. As you can see, this was grown from a cutting. This is the mother plant leaf right here, and it has grown. This is the new growth that came with it, this too. So this is actually an aerial root right here, and I am going to stick that in the moss bowl and try to have it touching the moss so then it can root into it. Tapping it in a little bit will fill in the gaps down below. Hi guys, so that's it. We finished the first spot, and this is the Monstera Browmarks flame, and the only thing left to do for this one is to water it for the first time. And I just have some rainwater that I have collected the past few days, and going to water it thoroughly and let it drain. And because we're using a clear pot, we will be able to see some root growth. We'll be able to see the side and keep an eye on it. So, and I'm going to use JOFAMY pot that I received, and it's perfect for the spots. The water and the debris that came from the pond over here with no leakage whatsoever. So you can definitely use this as a cache bowl later on, which is what I'm going to do with this one. So when it's time for this to be ready to have a reservoir, I'm just going to fill this with the water and nutrient solution, and I'm just going to use it as a cache bowl. And I'm just going to throw this outside because it has, you know, some sand in it. So I'm just going to go and throw it. And just like that. And put it back. And it fits like they're meant to be together. The next plant is, this is Syngonium Strawberry Ice that I've gotten recently. Great addition to my Syngonium collection. And look at that many growth, new growth as well. But as you can see, it's already looking really leggy, and I want to transfer it into pond. I know that Syngonium really loves pond, and I'm going to propagate it as well because I'd like this to be bushy rather than tall. So first step is to obviously get rid of the soil. So another way to make this easier is to hose it with water, and that will take care of all that soil. And when I said I was gonna hose it down, I really meant hose it down, like so. And that actually speeds up the process. Just like that. And there is less breakage. So that is good enough for me. So you can be more nitpicky about it, but I'm fine with that. I have no problem stopping right here. Here we are once again, and this is my end product. I'm not planning on using a reservoir for this one anytime soon, so I'm gonna wait until 2 months before relying on the wicking rope to water the plant. So oh yeah, I wanted to propagate this one. I'm going to take a cutting as well since we're here already. And there's some fresh roots right there. So, same, I'm gonna water from the top and let it drain. This is the initial watering, and as soon as you water a fresh new substrate, that's when the fertilizer gets activated. So, there you go. And we're gonna throw that outside and we'll get back to it in a bit. Here is the next plant that I need to transfer to pond. This is my Hoya Carnosa Argentea princess, and it is sitting in fluvial stratum, and I think it's been a couple of weeks, so I also want to check if it's rooted or not. And I really want this to take off sooner rather than later. Yeah, look, it is rooted, and I think it is ready for pond. I'm good with that, and I'm just gonna have some water here, and I'm just gonna rinse. Yeah, there you go. Here, this is just a votive candle holder, and that I got from Dollar Tree, and I think it's going to be perfect to be in this. It's a no drainage vessel, and I kind of like that for my little Hoyas. It's so much easier to and that's it. Hi there, baby. What you got?
Orange?
Yeah. Would you like some orange?
That's a,
Yeah, there you go.
that's a phone.
Yeah, oh, you have a phone. That's a very nice one. Can I see it? You want to call Daddy?
Uh-oh.
You want to call Daddy with your phone? Oh, that's a very nice phone. There you go. You can have your phone back. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, my baby. That was delicious.
That's a microphone.
It is a microphone. Yeah. Okay. What you doing? Where's Kuya? It's Kuya Cameron. Okay, so I am just going to water this, and we are done for a little while since I am in charge right now. I gotta pay attention to this girl. Okay. See you guys later. Hi guys, so we are here once again for some plant chores after dark, and I'm whispering because it is about almost midnight and my daughter is asleep, and I just want to show that we're rooting in water. I am about to transfer it in pond. So this is Scindapsus exotica. I have tried transferring this to pond before this, and it didn't do well. The transition was terrible. It actually suffered and got some root rots, and that was because it was from soil, and sometimes that happens. And what you can do is to chop it up and take some cuttings and root it in water first and try again. And that's what I'm doing right now. This is my second attempt of transitioning Scindapsus exotica into pond. I have successfully done it with the Scindapsus argyrius, so I know that this should be fine. I really want this to be successful, but I don't see any reason for it to fail this time. So yeah, there's a lot of cuttings in here, and it will be nice and bushy if ever. So they're all looking great, and I just filled the bottom once again with pond and just gonna backfill. And that's it. Yeah, so I'm just doing this in the sofa. You gotta do what you can, when you can. So that's it. Okay, so we have done moss, fluvostratum, soil, and water propagations or transfers. So now we have perlite. This is Hoya cystiantha splash, and it's well rooted in perlite. And I am just going to pot it up directly into this votive that I got from Dollar Tree. And so yeah, this is another easy one. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. So I think I was able to take out as much as I can. that's it. I think that this plant is going to be happy in here, and as you can see, it already has a growth point right there. Like, hopefully this will speed up the growth. And yeah, I'm just gonna water it and fill it with 1/3 all the way, and that should do fine. Right there, my Hoya cystiantha splash. Yeah, so that's it for today's video, guys. I hope that you guys learned something, and if you did, please don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell down below so you can be notified when my future video drops. And again, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye!